So now we will discuss about the compounds. Two or more elements can combine chemically in a fixed ratio by mass to form a compound, right? So some compounds and their constituent elements are given in this table. So now we will discuss. Okay, so here we are having the compound, right? So first one is the sodium chloride. So what are the constituent elements it contains? It is sodium and chlorine, right? So next one is water. So it contains hydrogen and oxygen. Now the next one is carbon dioxide. So it contains carbon and oxygen. Next one is sulfur dioxide and it contains sulfur and oxygen. Next one is sodium oxide. So it contains sodium and oxygen. Now the next one is silver chloride. So it contains silver and chlorine, right? So now we will discuss about the properties of a compound. A compound cannot be separated into constituent elements by physical methods, but it can be separated by chemical methods such as we can say electrolysis. Okay, so water, which is a compound of two elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen, right, combined in a fixed ratio by mass. What is the formula of water? That is H2O, as it contains two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom, right? So they cannot be separated into hydrogen and oxygen by simple physical methods like sublimation and filtration. So what is sublimation? It is the conversion of a substance from the solid to the gaseous state without it's becoming liquid, right? So the next is filtration. So it is the solid, it is the process in which the solid particles in a liquid or gaseous fluid are removed by the use of a filter paper, we can say filter medium, that permits the fluid to pass through but retains the solid particles. Okay, so now the next is, but water can be broken down into its constituent elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen, by passing the electric current through it. Okay, so now we will understand this with the process of electrolysis of water, right? So when we pass electricity through water containing little sulfuric acid, you can see this image, right? So we observe that bubbles of gases are formed on either of the electrodes. So you can see this is the anode and this is the cathode. These are the two electrodes, which means the gas formed on the positive electrode, that is the anode is the positive electrode, is oxygen. See, it is forming the oxygen, you can see here. Now the gas formed on the negative electrode, which is the cathode, is the hydrogen. You can see here it is the hydrogen. Okay, so this is the acidified water which contains the sulfuric acid, right here. Now the amount of hydrogen gas produced is double the amount of oxygen gas. So you can see here the amount of hydrogen is double than the amount of oxygen gas, right? So unlike an element, a compound can be broken down into simpler substances, right? So here water is a compound, can be broken down into its constituent elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen, by passing the electricity. So here it is the battery, you can see now, like this was the experiment. And water, we can say simply water can be broken down into its constituent by the process of electrolysis. Okay, so I hope everything is clear. Thank you so much.